All right. I think we've hit that point of the night where things that really wouldn't be funny when we all had sleep are just funny now. So, welcome back. So, the next person on the bench is another DRM employee. Sean Morrow is our VP of People and Culture, which is what we call human resources here at Denver Rescue Mission. And Sean has a great history. He's been with DRM for under a year, but before that, he's got military history and with Denver Public Schools. And I'm just going to let you talk about it. So talk a little bit about your journey.
Yeah, also with the Department of Human Services as well.
That's right.
Just so excited to be here. The unique challenges that come with HR in an organization that does such important work. It's been an incredible experience.
Yeah. So what drew you to come to a rescue mission? Because that's usually not in anybody's career path.
Well, I have to say, luckily I was recruited. I got to do a little research about the mission and the important work that's done here. And as someone who, as a youth, experienced homelessness, this was something that was really, really deep, deeply touched me. I have to say that if it wasn't for shelter services that were able to, put my mom up and put us up in a time where she really needed it, she wouldn't have been able to get on her feet and, provide the livelihood that, she was able to eventually provide us. It was really difficult after my father died, and, as a husband and a father, I can imagine losing your husband and then trying to raise 3 kids on your own and not have any family or anyone that could support you. The difficulty she must have gone through, and it's organizations like this that give people these moments to breathe, to get themselves together and pick themselves up, and she was able to do that. So I'm just so grateful to be here.
Yeah, and that's amazing. And so, wow, that siren is getting louder.
Yeah. Hopefully everyone's okay.
Yeah, they're going to be running right by us here.
Yeah.
So how on a daily basis, now that you're here at the rescue mission, how has that lived experience that you had when you were young, how does that impact the work that you do?
Well, it helps me relate to not just the people that we serve, but our staff as well. The thing I really value a lot about this organization is that we hire people with lived experience. Like, that's the thing that we look for, and they bring that compassion to the work that we do. And I get to be part of that, that mosaic of culture and experience that feeds into the work that we do. So. Yeah, I see it every day, and I get to share that passion with them. So.
Yeah, which is really cool, and that's a good word, because I get to watch you do your work, right? And passion is the right word, right? You're
Absolutely.
really passionate about the stuff that you're doing. So HR is not an easy field.
No.
Right? It just isn't. There's nothing easy about HR. You're dealing with people, which makes it hard.
Right.
So what got you interested in HR?
Well, it's actually interesting. I think with a lot of HR professionals, you kind of meld into that position. I actually started off interested in finance. Believe it or not, it's a completely different world than this.
Wow.
And then just career opportunities came my way, then educational opportunities, and I was able to do it in the Army. And then once you're able to, really help someone, really contribute to their life, because we spend so much time at work. I mean, it's a part of our identity. It's part of how we feed our families. So being able to provide that support, and it really touches you, and you get to connect with people in a way that a lot of people don't get to in their work. So that's it really drew me to it.
Yeah. How long were you in the Army?
So 6 years reserves, 6 years active duty, so whole 12.
Wow. Thank you for that service.
Happy to do it. It was a great experience.
How is the adjustment, and I know it's been a while for you, but how was the adjustment to go from sort of military career to then civilian life?
Well, it's a funny story, because when I was getting out of the Army, that's actually when COVID was ending, and I was stationed overseas in Korea. And so when I came back to the United States, it felt different, like out there post COVID, and so adjusting to what the world looked like now, what the United States looked like, and then also adjusting back to civilian life. It was a completely different experience, but I was grateful. The Army transitioned me out well. I was able to find, employment. Working for the state and acclimating really well. And it's been a fantastic story. And I know it's not true for a lot of service members that come out, but I've been truly blessed in that way.
Yeah, and you're right. We have this. There's a fair percentage of the people that we work with in shelter that have military in their background, and oftentimes PTSD is very real.
Absolutely.
Right, and they went into the military, they hadn't experienced homelessness, and then the things that they saw or maybe were a part of, that trauma impacted them, and then they come out and they struggle to adapt back, yes. And then many of them end up in shelters or on the streets.
Or worse, I know so many people who ended their own lives, or because of the adjustment back from the things that they seen, and if you do survive that, it's just difficult to adjust. It's difficult to take yourself out of a combat situation and acclimate to the normalcy that we get to experience every day. So. And I empathize. The perspective that they have is completely different than most people can ever imagine. So.
Right. So. Yeah, that's so true. Okay, so on HR, one of the obviously major components of HR is hiring people. Mm-hmm. So when you're looking for the right staff for Denver Rescue Mission, who are you looking for? What are you looking for?
It's a great question.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's what we're here for, right? So, right. Yes, we culture fit is a whole different story here. Like it's, we're looking for someone who has that, that passion, that that value for Christ, that value to serve our population. And when most organizations they were looking for emotional intelligence, or are they how well they work with others, but what we're looking for here is something a lot deeper, and it brings another element to the to recruiting, which which is incredible. It makes it more personal.
Yeah, that's really good. And you can see the result, right? The result of the labor that you and your team go through, because we've had so many people on this bench already that either are from the community and they have talked about how great our staff are, right. Or they are staff and you just their passion, their commitment.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see it. It's incredible. And I probably said this multiple times, but the work is not easy. It really
right,
is not.
Right.
And they still come with this love and this passion and this and this sincerity for what they do, and you're not making $1 million doing it,
right?
And
right.
So it's just to come with that kind of spirit for this. It's just, it inspires me every time. Every day.
Yeah,
makes me work harder, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think I feel the same way, right? Like I think so often about the majority of our staff are on the front lines in some capacity. Yeah. And so often I think about, man, I'm coming to an office every day, absolutely. Right? And it's a really nice office building, and I'm doing essentially office work and leadership. Right. And I think what drives me to your point is that I know the staff that are on the front lines, and they're on the front lines and sometimes they're being threatened or assaulted, or they're seeing things or experiencing things that they don't want to see or experience, and yet they keep coming. And yeah, to your point, I think it causes all of us to work harder for them so that they can do their job for the guests that we're trying to serve.
That's so true. And working for the state, working for the Department of Human Services, I know there's a certain bit of trauma that can come with working with a vulnerable population. Mm-hmm. And it's not just the things that happen to you. The things that you see happen to your coworkers. Those things are, they're tough, and to be able to overcome that, to have the resiliency that our staff have is incredible. Talking about frontline staff, even though we do work hard to make sure that we compensate fairly, we compensate competitively. Mm-hmm. In no world is that enough for the kind of work that they do. And again, I go back to for them to still have that passion to come back every day for it. It's really awe-inspiring.
It really is. Yeah. I mean, I think sometimes we throw around the word heroes in our culture a little too easily, but I just truly believe the staff that are working on the front lines at Denver Rescue Mission are heroes.
Absolutely, they are heroes. I've been for the less than a year I've been here. The amount, which has been a roller coaster of a year. The amount of things that our staff have encountered, and you're right. It's just I mean, it is amazing. They are heroes. I mean, they literally save lives, and they do it every day, and they're unsung. No one's, there's no parades being thrown. There's no fanfare for what they do. They do it from the passion of, and the heart for it. So, I mean, they are heroes. They truly are.
They are. Okay, so in your just under a year being here, what has surprised you the most that you weren't expecting when you took this job?
Oh. So I came from larger organizations,
right.
And so I kind of came in here with an ego, like, oh, okay, yeah, it's we're nearly 400. I've done, I had 11,000 on Denver Public Schools. It was over 5,000 at CDHS, and so when I came here, I was like, okay, we'll come in here. I'm a big fish. I'm going to handle this. Because of the uniqueness of the situations and the challenges that our staff have to manage, and just being a ministry in and of itself, the value of work, the depth of the work that has that has risen in this year. I have some really seasoned HR professionals on my staff, and they're like, what? After being here, nothing can shock me anymore. We're all. Yeah, definitely a grizzled HR veteran from being here, and it makes sense. I mean, this is a very complex organization because we deal with a very complex issue,
right?
And so, definitely opened my eyes, but I'm happy. I'm so glad to be here.
Yeah. Well, if you think that you came in with an ego, I think you hit it pretty well, because I didn't see it, and I don't think any of our team saw it. But so if there's somebody that is either watching this now or might watch it later, and they're saying, I wonder if I want to work at the Denver Rescue Mission, what would you tell them? How would you help them make that decision?
Well, I mean, my pitch is, if you want to do work that really ignites your soul, you want to do work that that Christ has called us to do. This is where you can do it. If you want to make an impact in someone's life, like the people who made an impact in my life as a child, because of them, because of that, here I am today. I mean, I was able to go to graduate school. I was able to serve my country. I graduated with honors. Able to establish myself in a field and do things that I never could imagine, and provide things for my family that I never could imagine. It's because of the work, the heart of the people who didn't see my mother as less than, seen her as a person, and picked her up. It made generational change. If you can be part of that, just you can come and change somebody's life and be there for them and be that beacon for them. So. If you don't want to just go to your 9 to 5 and not feel like you're not making an impact on the world, come here. We there's the opportunities here, and we'll welcome you with open arms.
Sign me up, man. That was good.
Thanks.
Yeah. So Sean, I just want to thank you for coming on the bench, and I know you're here late at night, but thank you for that. But more importantly than that, thank you for what you do and for answering the call of God to come here and work at Denver Rescue Mission. And I know I can speak for our staff when I say I'm so grateful that you're here and your team and for the work that you do. So thank you.
Thank you, Dennis.
All right, brother.
Sure.
All right. And we're going to go on a break, and then we will come back with another guest, believe it or not.